Hello all and welcome to my first video. I'm Washreid, and for my first video we will be playing NeoScavenger, a game on Steam. It's a roguelike type game, roguelike-esque zombie survival. Alright, so I think we're gonna random these skill points, and not skill points, these skills and traits, like the weak traits. We have a higher metabolism, so we have to eat and drink water more often. Or feeble, so we can't really do melee and we can carry less. Insomniacs are going to be staying up, and myopia is we can see 1 hex less than normal, but that also gives us access to a bunch of skills and abilities such as tough, lockpicking, etc. So we're going to confirm this player, and okay. We wake up disoriented, slumped over the base of an empty cryosleep pod, still damp from cryofluid. The thick dust from the floor clings to your skin, leaving a clean spot on the ground where a large O5 is painted. So we wake up in a cryo facility. Across the room, there's an open door to a hallway and a broken window leading outside. I'm guessing that the broken window is going to be, how we're going to get out. Okay, so something is coming fast. What can we do? We could use our knowledge of plants to fight this encounter. Let's do it. A plant catches your eye as you scan the room for supplies. Ricinus communis, the castor oil plant, is growing in from the window. You remember that this plant can be highly toxic, and most animals will avoid it if possible. When we take it, we scatter the rest in the doorway. We scatter a bunch in the doorway, and the predatory dog-like creature comes to a halt as it reaches the doorway. Okay, so we just beat some sort of demon dog thing by throwing plants at it. That's amazing. Okay, we used our medic skill to get this medic kit because we know what they look like apparently, and we'll take these glass shards as a weapon. It's not really shank worthy. There's no handle. We will search for clues with our tracking skill. The dust on the ground makes it easy for your trained eye to pick out one set of tracks in particular. The tracks belong to a humanoid dragging something, probably a mantle or a cloak. It was here fairly recently, probably in the past 24 hours. Our guy's like Batman, he's a sleuth. It entered through the doorway, walked to your stasis tank, then to the control outside, and left again. You'd bet good money based on the creature you just faced that it wasn't the dog man who made the tracks. Okay. Climb out window. Let's search the console for records. Okay. We have Anton Blubber as Tank 1. Philip Kindred as Tank 5, which is us, apparently, since we woke up in Tank 5. And we have Lloyd Blank Check. And we don't know much about these people, but we're going to leave now. Climb out the window. We decide to go outside, avoiding broken glass. We're in the parking lot of the Geige's cryo facility, but everything looks disused and in disrepair. We're outside, but that box says that there's stuff to pick up in there, and we're gonna go back in there and see what we can find. They said there was a door open, so we're gonna explore down the hallway. We're in exam room 17. We force barricades aside and peer into what looks like a clinic exam room. We have an electrical panel and HVAC system. We don't have... Wait, we do have knowledge. Not really. Do we have knowledge in electronics or something or the other? I don't know if we do. I don't remember our skills. And we also have an electrical panel. We find another recipe in there for cryo lighting. I can't imagine that I'd ever be able to compile enough things in a survival situation to build a HVAC system or something like that. Okay, we're going back out to cryo facility. Alright, so this game is, you have a certain amount of moves per turn. You have 4 moves. Our guy does. You can boost that by getting stuff like the athletic skill and otherwise. But I feel like we should be, as we are in a hospital gown, we should be worried about finding clothes and a stable place to be in. Now the magnifying glass means you can scavenge a place, and this is an open field. But because we have a botany skill, we could possibly find some more things. And we did. We found poison berries. We could. It almost makes me think that we could make things such as poison darts and such. But for now, we don't actually need anything. I don't know why I did that. We're gonna go off to the left here. Way to turn. What's in here? Oh, that looks like a shack in the forest. Okay, so we'll see what's on the ground here. Just some stones. We will search the shack in the forest. Now we have a high chance of loot, high safety, and high sneak, so we're not gonna make much noise. We found a pistol. A pistol could go a long way in this game, even though I can't actually shoot it because I don't have a pistol. I don't have bullets. I can still brandish it at people and make them scatter for their lives. And we also found a little burg, a little town. We're out of turns. We're gonna wait. Alright, this storage shed is searchable. It's not a good chance of finding loot, but we're still gonna do it. We come across another chunk of civilization at a abandoned mobile home. Have low sneak, low loot. There was no point in doing it. We'd probably just drew a lot of attention towards us. Another storage shed. And nothing again. We are really unlucky. Oh, we have moderate hypothermia. We need to find clothes soon. Another a locked storage shed. There's no point in walking up to it because I don't even know how to get into it. Unless I have the lockpicking skill, but I don't know what skills I have. I still don't remember. I don't even think there's a way to check it. A trap and keep my outfit. Okay, so I can search places for traps, but there's no point if I can't get into it. Okay, we'll search this crumbling apartment building. We found a shopping cart. Now, I would take a shopping cart, but having a vehicle, as they call it in this game, slows you down, and you can't walk. You can't run in combat, so it's not really worth the carrying capacity. We already have clean rags. We don't need to walk around in dirty rags. Okay, so that's another shack in the forest. Those seem to have a lot of good stuff, so we're gonna go there pretty soon. We got stuck in an opening. We almost got injured in that apartment building. An abandoned apartment building. Okay. Let's hope and pray that we can find something in this one. And nothing. And we most likely alerted things to our position again. Okay. So in this situation, we've come up to a car, I believe. An abandoned car that seems to have a sleeping bag inside of it. Now, we'll look for signs of activity just to increase our chances of not dying. The vandalism alone is a testament to a lot of activity. Someone crawled out from its orientation. Maybe they were dragged. Follow the trail from the bag. Why am I doing this? Okay. We found a boot. Oh, a 100% condition boot. We will most definitely use this boot. Now we're going to be walking around a one boot bandit. Okay, so let's throw something in the car, see if there's anything in there. There's nothing, so I guess we're going to take this sleeping bag. We have no place to hold it. There was no point in me doing that. I'd rather not walk around with a sleeping bag and walk around with a pistol for safety. Well, we do have severe hypothermia, but that's a whole nother story. We had found a torch and a torch. Now, when we walk around, we leave tracks that are marked by those red footprints, so we need to be cautious about hiding those eventually if we're feeling followed or otherwise. A rotted floorboard slips on the rotted floorboard, causing me to trip. I have scrapes and bruises. Now we get to go and show the medical screen, which you can see since I have a medic skill. They tell me that I have minor cuts, bleeding, and minor pain. Now if I don't want that to get infected, we should use some clean rags on that. on those on that cut, because infection is likely. I'm just gonna be cautious about that. The sun's starting to go down, and if I really want to not die out here, I'm getting thirsty as well. So what I should do is, first off, go to these marshlands over here, and we can use the marsh to find water. And we will do that exact thing, because our guy is thirsty. Now we can use all the water because we are extremely thirsty and we're slightly hungry. The well fed is lower than it used to be, but we're going to make sure it doesn't get too low. We're going to eat this handful of berries because we're botanists. We know what's poison and what's not poison. And our guy's almost freezing to death, so we should be cautious about walking around and not dying because of hypothermia. Not hypothermia, because of poison. No, I'm gonna pick up the sleeping bag, come back and get my pistol once the morning comes back around. No, it's not safe. I'd rather have safety than medic, because I'm not gonna get. There's a chance of me getting attacked. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a camp. Oh, I froze to death. No way. 16 hours. We already froze to death. I wasn't quick enough. I guess what I need to do now is make sure that we don't freeze to death again. We're gonna make another random character in the next episode.